And I want to share with you something that I shared on our book club today with the Winning Women Network. We meet every Wednesday at noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And we are currently reading Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. And in this interview, this book is about his interview with the devil. You really have to read this book. I delayed reading this book for about 2 years. I finally read it a couple months ago, and it was a very very impactful book. But today it was talking about fear. And I'm the science geek, so I like to know how, all of these, things, fear and everything like that affects the body. And so here's what's very interesting about fear. When you are afraid, there is a change in your body, and this is what happens. So when you're afraid, you go into fight or flight, survival mode, right? So if you walk up in the woods, you see a bear, you're trying to get away from the bear. Or if you cross the street and you almost get hit by a car, you immediately react, all that. But also people get frozen with fear. They get so afraid that they don't move. But the common thing between the two is that you're only focused on the thing that you're afraid of. And then this is what happens to your body. All of the glucose and oxygen is sucked out of your prefrontal cortex up here, where all of your thinking and reasoning and problem solving, where all of that happens. All of the necessary energy, the oxygen and glucose, is then sucked out of your brain and taken to the muscles, the fight or flight. So this is what happens. So when you feel like you're afraid, if you think about when you were a kid and you were about to get in trouble with your parents and you started stuttering and you couldn't complete a sentence, that's why. Because you were afraid, and all of your thinking and reasoning, all of the energy left your brain. There's not to say that there's nothing there, but there's nothing there. It's all gone elsewhere in your body. So when you think about being afraid of something, okay, and this is where awareness kicks in for you, because now that you know what is happening to your body when you state that you are afraid or you feel fear, then you can take conscious steps to counteract that fear. Why? Because we all get afraid, okay? We all get afraid. That's just it. That is just the human part of us. If there is something that we are unaware of, or something that we're not expecting, or something that's new to us, we immediately go forth very carefully because we are afraid. We don't know what to expect. That is just our nature. But now that you know what happens when you are afraid, you can actually make the conscious decision to stop, take a deep breath, relax a little bit, and then let the blood flow, let all of that oxygen and glucose get back up here to your brain so you can think rationally. Okay, this is why when you don't want to say things when you're heated and you're arguing, because you're in fight or flight mode. You're not thinking. That's why you say things you don't mean, because you're not thinking. Like literally, you're not thinking. So, but now that you know, see, now this is where education kicks in. And this was such an aha moment for me. And I was really blown away when I learned this. Science geek. But now at the moment of fear, you can really stop again and make a conscious decision about what to do next. It's not just, run away or whatever that is. That might be the thing to do. Who knows? You might come up on some ferocious animal. I don't know. But the thing about it is that now that you know how fear affects your body, you can make a conscious decision on how you react to that thing that you're afraid of. You can either run from it, or you can stop and take a conscious breath, a conscious thought, and figure out the answer to the question. Instead of being in fear, you can start asking yourself the how questions and solve the problem. Okay, so I hope this helps you out. This was a great call today. I can't wait for the recording. This was a really good discussion today. Oh, here's the book. I hate that that's backwards, but you know, whatever. Outwitting the Devil. Great book. Grab a copy. It's awesome. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.